Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Taco Imposters for Saturday, April 6th, 2024. I know it's exactly the same day that I recorded the last episode. I just felt like recording another episode just because, like, I don't know, I just felt like it. I'm not probably never going to do it again just because, like, it sounds stupid, but yeah, I might do it. I'm going to do it today. I don't know why. But yeah, what were they talking about? Yeah. Saw my friend who's been in Italy for a month. So glad to see him again. Good guy. Um, what else? I was talking about to him about like socializing and how our socializing as Christians, like community is crap. What my friend said to another friend, look, okay, you gotta just be social because she says, how do you stop the fact that there's going to be, cliques and so like how do you get better socializing? And she's like, well, you just have to socialize. And I went, that's a terrible question based on the people you're talking to. Her and me are never gonna do that, but we do have to get better at socializing because, like I said in like probably last episode that I recorded this morning, or maybe the last episode before that. No offense, but you only get better at doing something by doing. The first concept in the book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, is you have to get. The only way to get better at doing something is by doing. Get over your fear of something is by doing it. You don't like jumping off high. You don't like heights, or you don't like I don't know, public speaking, or you don't like I don't know, whatever. You have to. The only way to get over that is by doing that. And the only way to get better at doing something, not even, not, it may not be a fear. It may just be you being like, well, I don't like, or I'm not good at basketball. Well, yeah, that's because you can know all the theory you want in basketball, but without actually having like being good at basketball, or without like actually practicing basketball. Dang, something fell. You'll never be good at basketball, right? You know what I mean? Like, you'll never be good at basketball because you don't know how to actually play basketball. You have the theory of basketball. What was that? It just fell. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, because like, how do you do that? Because I asked my friend once, how do you make a girl laugh slash smile? And he goes, you gotta be funny, charismatic, you gotta be charming. It's like, how? 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 And he just looked at, he's got this like, that's not, something we can do together. It's like, well, no, it's not. Like, or sorry, together. Not something I can tell you how to be. It's like, that doesn't help me at all. Son of a bimbo. But anyway, so yeah, in my opinion, because I'm talking about this in relation to something like the young adults rally, where it's like, how do we just get more, like, talk to people more? He goes, find something you think is interesting about that person and go up and talk to them. Hey, I see you have a camera. I'd love to like know how to take learn to take photos. I'd love to have a camera one day. How did you get into photography? Blah 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 yada yada. That's how I can talk to a photographer who's a girl who I think is actually really. Actually, I think I'd like her. I've talked to her for like literally. I'm not even joking. Less than 10 seconds. Hi, how are you? You okay? You good? You're like, yeah, and walk away. Stupid two things. One person walk up to me and talk to me, and two, a female wanted to talk to me. How stupid am I? How often do girls come up to me and talk to me? Not very often. So, also, I don't understand how that photographer. Because to me, the photography is really dumb. Because for me, the photography is. Because here's my dilemma that I have at that place. I'm not in pictures. And I'm okay with not being in pictures because I'm like, whatever, right? But what I don't like is how there's a half a dozen other people who are also not in pictures. And to me, it's like, well, wait a sec. I may have said this before, but why we wait. And you know how you fix that dilemma, right? While you remedy that, right? You fix that problem. You just literally fake it by taking a picture of everybody, and then you don't use the pictures you don't want, cause that's the thing. She's not. She doesn't have the last say. The guy in charge, the actual guy in charge, has the last say. And so for me, I'm like, look, man, you can choose whatever you want and fake it and not use them, but at least give us the sense that you false impression that that you're actually using. You're at least taking a picture of everybody, right? Because to me, I'm just like, well, wait. So you're not letting wait. So you're not even gonna take the pictures? No, because the stupid thing is because I know where I was, right, standing, and when the picture's like, it's taken in this certain spot with these people, and I know that if I moved 2 inches to the left or 2 inches to the right, that I would be in the picture, or whatever, a foot to the left, foot to the right, I'd be in the picture, and it wouldn't compromise anybody on either side. I'm like, you idiots. And I have to think to this myself. My mother said the first time that happened, whoa, 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 whoa. Or, sorry, my mother said, I was like, this is so stupid, what's happening, why is it like this? And then my mother was like, no, it's probably someone deciding, no, don't take a picture of this person or that person, this person, that person. I went, why? And I think, look, I don't think it's that it's don't take a picture of this person. What I think it is it's only take a picture of these, or here, what people do I need pictures of? And so they were asked, what people do I need pictures of, right? And it's these, like, 5 or 6 people, right? Or 5 or 6 groups of people. Or 4, 5, or 6 groups of people, right? And then the person just goes, whether it's a girl or a guy or whatever, right? The person, the photographer, she goes, okay, so I only need these pictures, fine, I don't care. And then it's all kind of up to me to decide, can I take other pictures? Like, yeah. Because I asked the guy in charge when he was taking photos, how do you decide what photos to take? He goes, oh, I look for people, I look at who's doing what, I look at what's natural, I look at like, what represents, socializing really well, community, and like, okay, so candid photos. Me sitting in a chair, trying to make it like non-natural and candid, will never be taken a picture of. Got it. I put it in, like, I stored that in my filing cabinet. Now I know. But I've done that, and I still don't get it. There's still pictures not taken of me. I'm like, what the heck? This is baloney. This is a frickin' baloney. It's baloney. Don't give me... Ugh. It's baloney. Don't give me that frickin' crap. It's baloney. Because I'm like, well, I've done exactly what you want, and you still didn't take pictures of me. I don't get it. Do you hate me or something? Or do you just, like, not think of me? Because I've said that, and then somehow I've been tagged 3 times, so I'm like, oh, maybe it's... well, one of the times was because I was doing something that I had to go up on stage for, so I'm like, oh, God. So I got, like, tagged in it because you have to tag everybody. But other people, it's like, oh. Other times, the other 2 times, it was like, oh, wait a sec. I was not tagged. How do you even know it was me? I don't know, but okay. Also, why is my name on Instagram Vulture54? Why? Can you please, like... I know I wanted... I think it's because it was either a random name generator or something like that. It must have been something where it was like, I wanted something cool. I wanted something cool. I wanted something epic. And then 54 was just like a number. I'm sure it was one of those random name generator things where it's like Vulture and then numbers behind it, 54. Because every other thing of me is on the internet is Mario with a Y23. My Discord, my my Discord, my Reddit, a lot of other things are Mario with a Y23 because somebody at summer camp one year gave me the nickname Mario with a Y23. Because I remember because that year my friend was trying to like convince me, like he was giving me so what he was doing is he was making his own like giving himself nicknames, and I said that's not how nicknames work. You cannot give yourself a nickname. Nope, doesn't work that way. I cannot give myself a nickname. He goes, yes, you can. I go, no, you can't. That's like the definition of a nickname. A nickname is somebody giving you a name. You have to be given a nickname. He goes, yeah, baloney. So when the guy gave me a nickname, I'm like, that's my nickname. That's my nickname from now on. Mario with a Y23 is my nickname on everything. I heard, I'm not sure if this is true, that it's illegal to have a fake name on the internet because it's hard to track down where it comes from. But I think they've like... It's technically legal, but they allow it because of the fact that like they can just like track you really easily on the internet now. Cause they can figure out from that, find your IP address, find your location. Even if you're using a VPN, it would just be like, VPN, give us where those are coming from. The traffic that comes from here, and we'll look in it and we'll find you. But yeah, we'll know like, oh, okay, the traffic from Jim Bim 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 Dim Dim, or like Jimmy, no, what's it? Bobby Joe or Joy Bob, right? It's like, okay, well, that's coming from here. Okay, that's here, and then the original traffic comes from here. So, yeah. Anyway. But anyway, on my Instagram, what was I saying about Instagram? I don't remember what I was saying about Instagram. I was saying something about Instagram and how... Oh, yeah! I was tagged on Instagram. Like, so, yeah. Look. How did they find out my Instagram was that guy? I don't know. Maybe I talked to them before. My name says Andrew. And my face is on there, so yeah, maybe that's how it worked. But yeah. But yeah, in my opinion, you can fix that problem really easily. You can just get people to go talk to them, and the photographer can just take pictures of you, It's like, not that hard. Pictures everybody. It's not that hard. Fake it. Not everybody looks. But yeah, so in my opinion, community is crap. But, You gotta go talk to people yourself. It's this meme. I think I said this morning that it's this meme where it's a girl and she's talking to God and she goes says to God, "Where's the love of my life? Where's my knight in shining armor? Where's the person of my dreams? Where's my husband?" And he goes, "Why am I not in a relationship right now?" And God responds with, "Do you leave your house?" And she looks at him like looks up and goes, "No, no." "Do you talk to the opposite gender?" "No." Well, then what do you expect? You're not gonna have the person of your, you're not gonna. I'm not gonna hand you him on a silver platter. They're not gonna ring the doorbell and go, "Marry me now. Would you like to get married?" It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm sure there's some random stories of people being like that, but like, yeah, like, come on. I'm just saying, like, you have to go and socialize. You have to go talk to people. You have to go talk. The Now, girls will come up to guys and talk to them, just not very often. At least not in that situation, because that situation sets up all this, like, there are little cliques in there, and you don't want to penetrate, or I don't feel like you can penetrate any clique, which is kind of sad. But what are you gonna do, right? That's just how it works. That's just how socialization works. It's high school cliques. It's the same freaking stupid cliques where it's like, well, you know, I don't know if I can penetrate the cliques because, like, without your own clique, and I'm in my own cliques with my own church from my own church, and they're still I'm at the same table with them, and they're still like, no, no, no. And I said to my friend, I said at that kind of young adults rally, the games that the guy tries to set up, the guy in charge tries to set up, they're awful because in February we did a game where we had to go to a different table and meet someone, and find find at least 5 things in common with someone, right? Right? And what happened? Our entire table said, "No, we're not moving because we're not social people to do this." I included, because I was like, "This is a terrible game." The mother said, "Look, getting to know people through the games are stupid because you don't have enough time to actually learn to get to know people." Because he's like, "Oh, you're going to sit there the whole rest of the night," and he didn't even look at us and go get up. Told us, "Get up, you can't be here." No, it was just kind of like, well, what am I going to do? I can't force people. Although that's the other problem too. Unlike a youth group where the youth group basically goes, you can make it a thing. You can get your leaders from your church, or you can get places from this or that or the other thing, where it's very good at saying, oh, we can get kids to like be involved in games and whatnot. This is like, well, they're all adults. We can't force them to do anything. It's like, well, no, but you're gonna have better games or better things or better opportunities to make people feel like they're wanted. Like, what the heck? Like, seriously, get 2 or 3 volunteers and say your job is to go talk to people. And I can picture like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people that could do that. You know, him or her or him or I mean, people are very good social people. Like, I'll go talk to these people. Go get the photographer in certain circumstances. Go get this person. Go do it. Go get that person. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you about 5 people that could do it for him. You know? Yeah, yeah. Who else? Yeah, there's a bunch of people who could go talk to other people. Like, seriously. I've only had 1 or 2 people ever come up to me like and have a actually decent, meaningful conversation. Because especially with males, I've had a female conversation that was meaningful, and I've had a male conversation that was meaningful, and that was it. Because every time a male comes up to you, that's why I said talking to females is so much easier because there isn't like some sort of bullcrap like ulterior motive. Oh, there's a reason. What do we have in common? Nothing. Goodbye. Because we do it to be social, because it's socially polite to be like, well, I'll talk to you because you look like you're alone, and let's go talk. And I never met you, so. And then you just do this whole what are we doing with our lives? It's like, look, we're standing here talking about the same stupid. Because conversation starters suck. I flippin' hate conversation starters like, how's the weather? How you doing? How's school? How's work? I hate it. Because you know why I hate it? I hate it, okay? Because they're dumb. Let's get past that stupid, effing ridiculous things. Stop. Let's just actually talk about real things. I don't know. Because that's the thing. My friend has a good idea where it's bring up a bunch of things bring up, something that you saw on the person. Oh, look, I love your shirt. Where'd you get it? Or why is it? Or what's it about? Or my stuff, Somebody comes to me and goes, what's your hat mean? Or like, oh hey, I've seen you as a photographer for a while, for a few months here now, 6 months almost, actually almost a year now. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, not every single month, but yeah, most of the months, almost a year now. And so I could be like, I love to be a photographer one day. I don't have the money to buy a camera, but yeah, sure. Look at how cool. Like, how did you get into photography? Like, what? Yeah, all that kind of stuff. How do you learn all that stuff? Because for me, it's like, and especially if it's female, it's like, well, there's your easier to talk to a female. You know, you say it's easier to talk to a female. It's like, yes, it is. I say that it is much easier to talk to a female. It's a magical gift that my best friend's like, you have a magical powers that you don't even know how to harness yet. Like, yeah, no, I don't. And yes, I do have magical powers because for him, he's like, I don't know how to do this. My brother was the same way though. All his friends in high school, most of his friends in high school were girls, which is very strange. But he was a very likable guy. You know, also not the ugliest man, so charming. He was good with females and was not the most ugly guy I ever met, and wasn't a weirdo. I ended up being a weirdo, and so that's my problem. So, which is why I didn't get girls in high school. But from in elementary school and then in as an adult, women were always easier to talk to. Girls were always easier to talk to than guys. Guys, forget it. There's always an interior motive. There's always like a why am I talking to you kind of person, right? Why am I talking to you? Why are we talking? Do we have anything in common? No. Then goodbye. I'm not doing this. We're not sitting here or we're not standing here for freaking whatever X amount of minutes, wasting our lives trying to go. What are we? Why are we talking to each other? Trying to figure it out. No, we know. We also can figure out really quickly. And I said this. I think I said this morning. I would stop conversations halfway. Both of us would stop conversations halfway through and go, like we think to ourselves. We just look at each other. No, this is baloney, and I don't need to talk to you. And we both mutually understand. Like, yep, goodbye. We're both okay with goodbye. I had that before, once or twice, where it's like, oh, okay, goodbye. So I'm just saying, like, socializing. I said, natural and organic socialization is a foreign concept to me. But then my friend who said, well, just socialize, just get better at socializing, I can see his point. No one's going to socialize for you. No one's going to socialize for you. Never. No one's going to socialize for you. We're not going to get to a point where people just like start walking up and talking to you. No, you have to initiate the conversation sometimes. Initiate the conversation. Go up to a woman and say, maybe not, use a pickup line because that has backfired for me sometimes. And don't also try and be like, I like you, but be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. There's one girl who, no offense, a little annoying, a little bit weird, but is the best person so far because she's actually gone and talked to people. And she's not even, connected to that place, like, directly, like, volunteer-wise. Like, so what is going on? What is going on here? Good Lord. I can tell you a whole bunch of people, like, yeah. I'm not saying that that'll fix the problem, and I'm not saying that, like, it's awful right now, but, like, some people just feel non-connected. There's a group of people, and like my friend says, well, you have to go and be better at these people. You have to go and be better with these people. You have to go and be better. You have to go, like, you have to be more social. Like, yeah, you can fix the problem too, Like, well, yeah, I know. I just don't want to because I'm not social. Like, the first time I ever met the girl that I liked at the retreat, whose retreat we were at, I was talking to her and I was like, what was your first... We were talking about, like, our first impressions of each other, and I was like, she said that I was pensive. I'm like, okay, that's one way of putting me. Really? Okay. That's A. Two, the other thing was, and I responded to that with, no, not at all. I was just trying not to throw up because I'm socially anxious, social anxiety, where I'm like, don't throw up. Oh God, you're so like, please don't talk to me. 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 Oh God. And my boyfriend today was like, well, okay. He made the point of, well, the reason you do that is because you feel like you look like a. Because I said I sometimes come off as like a hate the world, don't talk to me kind of person. But I'm like, oh, good, oh God. Because I never have any response to anything. And that's the problem. I don't do anything cool in life. I exist, I do school, and that's it. And I don't even have a good, cool job. I'm just like that kind of person who's like, and then like the conversation ends because you're like, well, what do you want to do with your life? Or sorry, like what do you do in life, right? What are your hobbies? What do you? I remember so many people would try and do that with me, and I'd be like, I don't know, I just do things. What do you want from me? I do this, I do that, or this, do that. I'm trying to start this, I'm trying to start that. I was at the Easter party. People were asking me what I do, and I'm like, well, okay, I don't do anything at the moment, but I want to start this. And they're like, oh, that's interesting. And then people started talking to me. People I'd never met in my entire life. So for me, it's like, wow. You know? I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, this is great. This feels like an actual conversation I'm having because somebody wants to talk to me, not because we're bullshitting with each other, baloney, and like, oh, let's just like talk small talk. Cause small talk sucks as it sucks so bad. Small talk is legitimately the worst. It's such bullcrap. It's such baloney because we know that both parties don't want to talk. We just don't. I was talking to a girl once, different girl, and she was saying exactly the same thing I was. She had the same exact sentiment I was. Like, we can realize that they're all baloney. We don't need this. Community is baloney. And because once we find someone we really like, that's when we're like, I'm sticking with you forever. Whether that's a male or a female. I'm sticking with you because, like, hey, I'm comfortable with you, A, and I'm not just comfortable with you. I'm comfortable and I'm comfortable and, like, we can talk. Pulled out the battery again, and I unplugged it because I thought I was going to have enough power. But I did. I probably do have enough power. I just pulled it out with the battery that was out already because I plugged it in right now into the USB micro or mini. No, USB mini B. USB mini. No, micro. USB micro USB. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I hate having to like put two clips together, but I've done that multiple times. So whatever. Well, I was saying, like, I know you, so, and that's why most people have their clicks because they're like, well, I know the clicks I like, and they'll stay there. Not that I say I haven't met anybody. I met about a half a dozen to a dozen people at that place. But have we stayed friends? No, not really. Not particularly. I have the phone number for some of these people, so I could contact some of them. But, like, yeah, for me at least, I haven't really, like, met enough people. I'm not saying you haven't met anybody, but I definitely need to get better at that too. Because, like, well, meeting people and, like, keeping up with people and, like, that's the other thing. Keeping up with people is a little like, oh, really? Well, yeah, because, like, just because I was saying to my friend too, I was like, none of the new people from the my previous church of young adults were there last week, and I was like, not scared, but I was like, oh man, that sucks. That does suck because think about it, right? Well, what's the reason? Was it just natural? Oh, they're busy, or do they feel like they weren't supposed to be there? Because or not welcome there? Like, that's bad. I hate when that happens. And then you never get to learn because they just run away. Like there's this one guy. I know the reason why he's not there anymore. But nobody kept up with the guy, so now he's gone. What do you think? I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying and the other problem is that I don't have any way to contacting people. He does, but I don't have any way to contact people. So I said to him, well, I don't know what to do because I can't contact these people. I never got any contact. Now, some people I knew why they weren't there, and other people I didn't. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. And I'm not saying that, we've made it out to be bad. We're just making this educated assumption. I'm making an educated assumption. And hoping that it's because they're busy, not because they're gone. But, like, and sometimes some people it's because they're old. Well, sure, fair enough. Although you don't have a cap, right? The guy in charge is not going to go, get out of here because you're too old. No. But yeah, you're a working man as a, like, full grown adult. What I mean by grown adult is, like, past, what's it called? CGEP level? CGEP and university level? Like college and university level? Right? So for us, at least this is what I feel. And this is what my friend said, because I said, we don't have a cap on what age. He goes, no, we don't. But it's generally agreed that if you're not in, CGEP or university, time to get out of here. Whereas my local church, like my current church, has an actual, like, it's 18 to 30. Like, 30 is young adult, or 18 to 30 is young adult. Past that, forget it. We can accept, like, a 17-year-old, and we can accept a 31-year-old. But if you're, like, 35, get out. And if you're, like, 15, forget it. Right? And I'm not saying you can't be here at, like, 17 or 20 or 31, but I'm just saying, like, it's generally, accepted that, like, known that, like, okay, for us, it's 18 to 30. You got to be an adult, and you've got to be. Although, at our young adults, we've had 31, 32, somewhere around there, and we've had 16-year-olds. So the previous church's young adults was like, I don't know. Look, I'm not saying there should be a cap per se, but like young adults, if you're close to the same age as the guy in charge, I think there's a problem there. Although we were same age as the previous person in charge, which hey, what are you gonna do, right? And that's what I have to say. There's a relatability that we need with the leader. And I'm not saying that the leader is terrible. I'm just saying, like, you don't feel like you're friends with the leader. You feel like he's your, like, professor of theology, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. He's your pastor. He's not your friend. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But, anyway. So, yeah, in my opinion, at least, I feel like, no offense, but I feel like, we need to get better at socializing. We need to get better at being a community. And I'm like, because my other friend was like, we need to do hard things together. And I'm like, but that's not a thing we can bring up with the leader. Because we were trying to bring up a whole bunch of different like things to improve improve the group. And at least for us, at least for me at least, I was like, I didn't want to say it to him at that moment. Because we were talking over like text. And so I'm like, but I do want to bring up to him, like, we can't bring that up to the guy. Sorry, to the guy. To the leader, because it's like not his fault. We have to get better at doing things. I tried to do things that were connected with each other. And he said, oh, if I knew that, I would have come. Like, if I knew ahead of time, I would have come. Like, oh, because he was busy work or something. Anyway, and so for me, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But, like, other people were like, no. And I asked people, would you want to do things? And they were all like, yeah, sure, I do things. I do other things outside of... And none of them showed up to any of these events. We tried apple picking. We tried pumpkin patch. We tried a movie. We tried St. Joseph's Oratory. We tried climbing a mountain. We tried... Well, the mountain didn't end up going to. But we tried Christmas stuff. We tried this and that. We need people like the person in charge, who used to be in charge. She was great. And then the person who did the retreat. Because they can get people off their butts, get them off their asses, and actually doing something. God dang it. They were good at that. Those two people were very good at that. Whereas, somehow, they don't care what oh my God. It's so annoying how on I started Instagram, with the same people in the group. I started Instagram because I don't have Facebook, so I started an Instagram group chat. And and on Instagram, you can see that somebody's seen the message, right? And you're like, you actual assholes! You can see the message. What's your problem? I would have thought that one of them, the same guy who was like, let's do hard things, was like, now, today, right now, immediately, let's go do hard things now, like right now. I'm like, oh, God, because you said that last year, and we never actually ended up doing it. Look, in my opinion, let's actually do things. Let's get to know each other better. Because, no offense, there's still people in that group that have been going for years and I don't know well. That I don't feel like we're, quote-unquote, friends, if you want to use those words. Because, like, they're just people who show up. I'm only friends. We're only like associating with each other because we're in the same group, not because we actually like each other or we know anything about each other. Because we're just not people who will talk to each other. There's like some people I've literally said 10 to 50 words to these people in my entire life, which feels a little bit like, well, that's your fault. Yeah, which is fair. It is my fault, but also like we don't have opportunities to do so. We just don't. We don't have opportunities to talk because we don't make them. That's so dumb. I met some people better than I talked to other people, and it's like, well, it's weird, okay? I don't understand it. But look, I'm not saying it's terrible. What I'm saying is it's like confusing. It's like the other thing that baffles me with that group of people is on Discord, there are a group of people. No, well, there are a group of people from that group that want a Bible study, and they're all on Discord, and I do a Bible study almost every day. I've realized I don't need to do it every day because nobody shows up to it, so I'm just going to do my own thing. But I do a Bible study almost every day, and these people want a Bible study, and they know it exists, so don't give me that crap. Come on, man. Like, don't give me that crap. Like, you want a Bible study, that Bible study exists. Now, look, you should have a Bible study that does it in person, sure. Maybe you guys want it in person. I don't care. But don't give me that crap of, well, Bible study, well, I want a Bible study. Well, I do a Bible study, stupid! Stupid people, I do a Bible study every day! Almost every day. So, drive me nuts. But whatever, that baffles me. That baffles me. That baffles me. Because what baffles me about it is I'm giving you what you want and you're not taking it. What the heck? It makes absolutely no sense to me. None. It drives me out of my mind. I'm like, what the fug? I don't understand it at all. I don't understand. I found that guy. His name is Christopher Cox, I think it is. And it used to be a video. It's like it's 10 more things you shouldn't do in a Nerf war, and one of them is interrogate the hostage. And he goes, Where's the enemy? I don't understand. Or something, something, something. I don't understand. So, oh, it's the greatest. Can you say anything other than I don't understand? No. Ha! So you can say other things. I don't understand. Where is the treasure? I don't understand. I don't know why that's just hilarious to me. It's the way he delivers it, where it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's just hilarious. You have to watch it. It's 10 more things you shouldn't do it in Nerf war, or another 10 things you shouldn't do it in Nerf war, something like that. Oh, it's so good by Christopher Cox. Ugh, COX. Oh man, it's great. It's so good. But yeah, I don't get these people. But anyway, look now. You have to look at all of what I've been saying. I've been saying this for a couple, maybe a few years at this point. That I'm not saying this just to complain that Christianity is a bunch of hogwash and it's stupid. I love Christianity. I think that I would not be alive without Christianity. I said to my friend tonight, I said there's about 5 or 6 people that without these people, because we were talking about mentors. My dad and my friend and I were talking about mentors, and I don't never really had a mentor. But I said to my friend, I said there's about 5 or 6 different people where without these people I'd probably be dead. I wouldn't even just be not. It wouldn't just not be a Christian. I'd be dead. I'd probably be dead. And I thought to myself, yeah, no, that's true. And I thought to myself, because I said that a few years ago. I was like, no, I'd be dead. 100% I'd be dead. I would probably have killed myself by now. Because that's the thing. Yeah, I would have probably. So, without these people, because I wouldn't have been a Christian, and then I would have slowly just left, and then I would have, gone down into a deep dark depression. I would have just killed myself. 100%. I would have. No, I would have. Yeah. And I can tell you that these people are all very, 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 very like, and they're all Christian, and they all helped me come back. And one helped me come back to Christianity in a big way, because I didn't have a community. And I said to a few people, I was like talking, I think it was 2020, like the end of 2021, beginning of 2022, where I was like, I came to the conclusion that no, I need a place, I need a community to come to air my grievances and to like talk about my problems and to like, you know, my hardships, talk to hardships with. And like, yeah, no, I did. And so my friend was like, well, we got a Bible study. My previous church was like, well, we got a Bible study going. We got a young adults group going. And I was like, I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I don't know if I should show up to this thing. I thought it was gonna be the same people that I had way before. These people I didn't like and I didn't know very well. Heck no, it's a whole new group of people with people I liked. Oh, I liked almost every one of those people. So for me, I was like, oh, it's amazing, and it was fantastic. And I've loved it for a year and a half, 1 year, almost 2 years now. No, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. Yeah, it was great. It was the best thing ever. I thank that guy regularly. I'm like, without you, I probably would not be Christian. I'd probably be dead, to be honest. So I got life back. I was ready to like just give up. I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of this. I don't care. I'll just run away to some part of the world and live a worldly life, an atheistic. I don't give a crap. I don't care. Leave Christianity. Whereas, like when he came into our life, I was like, because I came to the conclusion because I was acknowledging that I need to be better Christian, right? And so I was like, okay, well, I need help, and I need accountability, and I need a place to go where I can actually like have a Christian community. And I got to this, and he was like, just go. And I think it was 2 weeks before I actually went, and then or 3 weeks or a month, I don't know. And then I went to the first one, and I went, this is amazing. And then I went to every single subsequent one, and it was on Zoom at that point. And I was kind of peeved off that it was on Zoom, because I was like, I don't like Zoom. But I loved it. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. Well, no, actually. My favorite part was January to June of last year. or January to May of last year. No, March, I think. And so for me, it was like, oh wow, like yeah, definitely, like I loved it. I was great. Oh my god, because I learned so much from this. Because I learned more from the current pastor who runs the young adults at my previous church than I ever did from almost anybody previously, which is weird. From the girl, forget it. The previous leader, forget it. She didn't teach me anything because it was just a lot of theological stuff that it's kind of going over my head. I'm like, okay, well, no, that's a problem. I said to my friend, we need to have a class that brings us up to speed in, because one of my gripes, no, one of the gripes that one of my friends had, one of the things that he brought up on the list was, okay, look, we have to have this thing where you can't keep talking about theological concepts that nobody understands. You need to give us the layman version of that. You need to give us the like idiot version. I'm 5 years old, and you're explaining to me the hardest concepts in the world, which are you're explaining to me the Dead Sea Scrolls, but you're explaining to me as if I'm five, or you're explaining to me the Trinity, but you're explaining to me as if I'm five. You're explaining I don't know what other concepts. I don't know whatever. Just pick a theological concept. You're explaining to me predestination versus free will, but as if I'm five. You know, you have to, because otherwise, because we're all at a different level. We're all not you, pastor, or you, other guy who's usually talking with him, or there's like three people in that group of people who understand what he's talking about. Okay, and then the rest of us just go, huh? Because no offense, you can explain it to us in a layman terms. Like it is, you can explain to us in layman terms. I'm not saying you have to speak to us like we're idiots, right? But I think I've said this before. Michael Stevens makes a good point of you can't talk to people like they're idiots, but you can't assume that they understand what you're saying. You have to find that middle ground that goes, I have to explain it to you as if you don't know, understand what I'm saying, but I also can't treat you like you're an idiot, right? I have to treat you like you don't understand what I'm saying, but I can't, but I also have to assume that you like aren't stupid. So like you don't know what I'm saying, but you're also not stupid. So I have to explain to you in a way that makes you, like, oh, I understand. Okay, good. Because like, look, I'm not saying I'm complaining because I'm complaining. I'm complaining because the problem with it is nobody. There are very few people who are at his level. So he talks about it as if like we're all at the same level. That's the other problem that he has too with the new people. He thinks the new people are all at the same level, and we've had multiple people who are like, yeah, no, I don't care. We're less than I'm less than zero. I've learned that really quickly. I'm like, oh, we're working with less than zero, meaning I don't even care. Not even that I'm at like agnostic. Can't prove God doesn't exist, but I don't know God exists, and I don't believe God necessarily. Like, well, what's his name? Like a Joe Rogan. No, we're looking with like less because I don't care. I just want. Again, I think I've said to you this morning or previously. I know I've said it before. Like, you're only going to come to a said event because, well, when you're a kid, it's because your parents think, oh, and you might not be Christian, but your family might not be Christian, but your parents realize, oh, that's a great place to go because you're not going to get bad people, bad influence. But when you're an adult, it's like we're thinking, okay, well, it's because I'm not going to get I'm looking for, relationships, and I'm not going to get a prostitute, a murderer, a drug dealer, or you know, anybody evil, narcissistic, which is not true. You can still find them in churches, but I'm just saying, like, it's very less likely to have that come up. It's like, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right. Like, it is very less likely to find that, and that's what I feel like two people did. I'm only here because I wanted a girlfriend, and I'm not gonna find a drug dealer, drug addict, prostitute, murderer, right? And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. But if that's the only reason you're here, and like the whole time you're also if the whole time you're faking it, like the two people that I'm thinking of did, that's sad. That's just sad. But what are you gonna do, right? You can't force people to like believe in Jesus. You can have them come, because I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like one guy was lonely and the other guy just tried to get a girlfriend and didn't work really well. So yeah, I mean, One was lonely, but was a weirdo and did some things and just like made some advances that really didn't were not received well, and so he like was like, oh, gotta leave now. That's bad. He felt awkward and felt embarrassed and just left. Which is a stupid thing because he came back for the going away party for that girl that I like, and I'm like, okay, well, look. He's like, I better get off my butt, or else I may never see this woman again. So I gotta say goodbye, which is fair, yeah. But we don't understand why he like left. And then when I learned why he left, like what happened, I'm like, oh, because my friend knew exactly what happened. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. But I figured enough from the beginning. This guy is not interested in Christianity at all. He wants friends, or he wants people, he wants whatever. I thought it was just friends. And then my friend, when he said that, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. He only wanted to go there because he knew he was going to get a whore, he wasn't going to get a prostitute or a drug addict or a drug dealer or a murderer, you know, per se, or a thief, you know, or a pathological liar or a narcissist, necessarily. So it's like, okay, great. And now for me, I was like, well, the problem was, right? The problem was that he didn't actually like, or nobody actually like kept up with the guy and went, okay, well, why are you here? Or sorry, why you leave? So we lost it, but that's okay. The guy wasn't a great guy anyway. No offense, but I'm kind of glad he didn't show up again. I'm not trying to say he was a terrible person, but I'm just saying, like, look, I'm kind of glad he didn't show up again. But, look, in my opinion, there's reasons why these people don't show up anymore. It's because we never kept up with these people. We never said, hey, what's wrong? Why are you not showing up? Are you just busy? Are you going to show up again? Do you like this setup? What's your status with Jesus? Do you love God? Are you a God-fearing, God-loving person, or are you just here to get a wife or trying to get a girlfriend, right? Which I don't blame them. I'm just saying, like, or to make friends, like good friends who aren't bad, and you're just gonna live your whole life like your way of life is a bunch of hooey, but you're a fine person, kind of thing. Or your way of life's a bunch of hooey, but I want to get in your pants. So it's like, look, no offense, but like, if that's what it is, well, us as the young adults of that church are doing a very, 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 very bad job of connecting with these people, of convincing these people, hey, Jesus is a good guy. Maybe you want to follow this Jesus guy. Maybe you want to believe in God. Because that's the thing. These people, I'm sure these people are the kind of people who like are agnostic. They don't really care. They couldn't care less, but they also can't prove God doesn't exist. So they're like, well, I'm not an atheist who's a staunchly, harshly against God. Like, God doesn't exist, and you're all freaking idiots, right? You're all dumbasses, right? No, but also they can't. They don't care. Like, but they're also like, but I can't prove he doesn't exist. So hey, I'm not against God, but I can't prove he exists either. So, or doesn't exist. So, yeah. Look, if you know how to get, not talk to girls per se, that's one thing. But I'm just saying, like, get better at socializing. Just let me know, please. Give me your magic tricks, and don't tell me things like, if she's staring at you, if you're looking at each other, if you guys lock eyes, don't look away until she does. Because that got me into deep doo-doo. I did that, and she felt so uncomfortable. She basically told me, because that's the retreat, she basically told me, I never want to be in the same room with you alone, ever again. I'm like, no! Whatever. That's one thing. I had other problems I'm not going to tell you here because it's very personal. But yeah, so if you know that, please let me know. Also, let me know what I should do with my 360 camera. Because if you can tell me good, cool 360 camera things, video or photo, let me know. Because also, you can get me in touch with any place that would want a 360 virtual tour. Let me know, because that's great. But I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. So if you want to get in touch with me, there's the there's the email. Well, I blanked on that for too long, way too long. Email, which is tacoimposters@gmail.com. That's tacoimposters@gmail.com. There's the two Discords. And then if you want to if you want to contribute, if you want to financially, there's my music, which is to stream it or to buy it. There's Patreon, which is patreon.com/wingwong. Both W's are capital. That's patreon.com/wingwong. Both W's are capital. And then there's the Etsy store to buy my merchandise, buy my stuff. So I think that blah, English. I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. So adios, mi amigos. Goodbye and God bless.